Good afternoon. Again, Belfast Boxing and Blues. Just a quick word on an error that was made on an earlier video that was posted this morning. That was recorded at 9:30. Um, the subject of the video was Rinty Monaghan. He's great. Do you know what it is? I had slept about like 2 hours. Well, maybe 3 hours, round about that. And I've spoken a little bit about Tyson Fury and bipolar. Well, like I say, I have bipolar too, and with the medication and things like that, if you don't sleep right, your head will be a little bit up the left. So you can wake up in the morning, record a video, take a quick look at it, and think to yourself, "This is great. This is fantastic. This makes a lot of sense. People are gonna get this. This this one's going. This one's going viral." And you like I say, perspective, time of day, moods, everything. You come back at it later and you go, "Oh my god, this makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know what the hell's he talking about." You know, and I feel for those people. I really do. But mate, it's like you gotta take it in context. Yeah. And do you know how like we all learn differently? Like some people learn better by reading things. Some people are more audio. And some people are more visual. Some people need to have things demonstrated. Yeah. Well, that video was really. It's intended for a bipolar audience, let's say. Or let's say for elderly people who have memory issues and other things like that. Yeah. So, whilst the coherence might not be all the way there, it's really how you read it. Now, it's a bit ridiculous looking at it, especially in the cold light of day when one has been awake for a few hours, one has been outside and gone about their day and done what they need to do. They've had some food, yeah, and their mind has settled. And especially somebody with a serious mental illness, yeah, you have to take measures. It's the same for everybody, I'm sure, but it's extra more if you have bipolar or schizophrenia or borderline personality disorder, or you have bad trouble with depression and anxiety. You have to make sure that you eat right, that you sleep right, all of these things. And it can be quite difficult because sometimes you're so depressed and weighed down because you didn't get the sleep or you haven't had properly that you can't then get motivated. It's a very difficult thing and it can be a horrible cycle. But usually you get there, and one would hope that you wake in the morning in a good mood so that you can get up and get these things and get on and do it and do what you need to do. But as nonsensical as the video in question might appear to be to some viewers, it also sort of serves as a little demonstration of what it's like inside a mental health patient's head, really. Yeah. Now, there should be no stigma attached to that. Um, you know, where I'm from, obviously the name of the channel is Belfast Boxing and Blues. Northern Ireland has the highest suicide rate of anywhere in the UK. Now, Northern Ireland's a small place. Belfast isn't as big a city as, you know, London anyway, that's for sure. Um, and it has a high rate. Now, obviously, there are a lot of reasons for that. The legacy of the Troubles, which wasn't that long ago, and the legacy of that is still there. There are generations that are still suffering from memories and traumas that they have had, and then that passes down through this generational trauma. Addictions, people that are alcoholics and addicts and stuff. Then that, as we know, it can be a family disease as well. It tends to, sometimes it might skip a generation. Sometimes you might have an uncle who's like that. And it's the same with mental illness as well. So these things are difficult, but like I say, if we put that earlier video, the nonsensical one, in context with the latest video, which was quite clear and concise, I feel, then you can really see what it's like early in the morning for somebody who suffers with such a condition, and later in the day. Now, it's not just that they feel down on their slouchy and on their minds. In their head, they could probably still be half dreaming, and they think it's a great idea. So decision making might not be a bipolar sufferer's strong suit, but this is all right. This is okay. Yeah, that doesn't mean they're demented or that they're an idiot altogether. It's just something silly that they done, and we all do silly things. And you know what? One of your children might grow up to have bad mental health troubles. You might have a brother, you might have an uncle, it might be you yourself. So we have to have compassion and understanding surrounding these things. Doesn't mean you can't dislike the person. If you find them irritating, 100%, get stuck in. Feel free. Yeah, but the error in question was I spoke about the National Boxing Association, which went on to become the World Boxing Association, right? Which the headquarters for years was in Panama. Okay, and who comes from Panama? Roberto Duran. Yeah. So rather than in the flow and in the tumult of trying to explain these concepts that I was struggling with, rather than say NBA, I said NWA. But let's look at it from the mental health patient's point of view again. I also spoke about black consciousness in that video and the civil rights marches and protests and stuff. So in a strange way, there's a tie. And like I say, we all have mental health issues. Yeah, it's on a scale. It's by degrees. The person that was speaking is sort of in a dream state to some degree. And when we are in dreams, we make associations between the unconscious and the conscious. Or the conscious, I should say. So this is sort of how art works. This is how creativity works. Yeah, we work, our best stuff comes from the unconscious. The true meaning of the thing comes from the unconscious. Consciously, we say this, I'm talking about A, B, and C. Unconsciously, there's a host of meanings, archetypes, and strange symbolism and things like this that one can read into, that therefore gives 100 times the value to what the speaker intended. Yes, I think we all know this. Sometimes we just have to talk about it and explain it a little bit. But guys, we have to care for one another, because I read my friend sent me an article. There's a poor woman in Belfast with three of her sons committed suicide. Which is just a horrible thing. Imagine having something like that happen. And it's no joke. So, if you're anybody that is feeling it in any way like that, you got to be getting onto these services, your lifelines and Samaritans and stuff like this. In our country, we have trouble with the mental health services. Sometimes aren't as responsive as what we would like them to be. Personally, me in my own experiences with mental health, I've always managed to get pretty good help. But I have seen many cases where other people that have been suffering haven't got. So we might need to try and do something about that. Spread some awareness and stuff. And that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Trying to do some good, guys. But Belfast, boxing, and please take it easy.